Shabbat shalom to everybody. I hope you're all doing well, or as well as can be expected during these unusual times. As many of you know, I have been thinking a lot about the last two words of the Shema, Adonai Echad, God is one. We are told that all human beings are made in God's image, not just Israelites or later Jews, but all human beings. So if God is one, then we too, all of us, all humans are one. If ever there is a lesson to be learned from COVID 19, it is that we are one, regardless of boundaries or countries. We are one. Each of us is affected and affecting everyone else in this fragile world. A disease that started in China has turned my life upside down. The fact that plane and car usage is down around the world has let some cities have the best air quality they have had in decades. The difficult choices people have had to make between economic hardships and physical hardships is a no-win paradigm. And whatever they or we choose will affect each and every one of us for the coming year, and for that matter, the years coming after that. So today I am offering this adapted prayer entitled A Prayer for Those Who Are Vulnerable During This Pandemic, written by Gabriella Kaplan-Mayer and adapted by me, with the intent to remember that truly we are all made in one God's image. May we learn to treat that image with the respect and dignity it deserves. Prayer for Those Who Are Vulnerable During the Pandemic by Gabriella Kaplan-Mayer. Holy One, during this pandemic and great time of fear, I send my love to every person who is more vulnerable than me. I think of everyone whose health is fragile and pray that they are in a safe place and will stay well. I imagine the nurses, techs, receptionists, janitors, doctors, and others working in hospitals, labs, and medical offices, and pray that they have the supplies they need to take care of others and stay healthy and strong, and know how appreciated they are every single day. I pray for people with disabilities who rely on their support staff for independence, that they have their staff stay healthy, strong, and safe. I pray for families whose children with disabilities have had their special education, therapies, and support staff taken away because of this pandemic, that they get through this difficult time best as they can. I pray for every person in a nursing home, rehab center, residential facility, hospital, detention center, prison, or other place where they cannot receive visitors that they feel are loved. I pray for the family members who are in pain because they cannot go to visit. May their locked down facility be spared this horrible, horrible disease. I pray for everyone going through chemotherapy, dialysis, or any other ongoing medical treatment, that they feel the roundly love and prayers of the community. I pray for every animal who is in shelter that they will find a loving home very soon. I imagine the workers getting on public transportation to go to shifts in supermarkets, for delivery companies or the post office, pharmacies, or those operating our own public transit systems, bus and taxi drivers. And I pray they know how valuable and appreciated they truly are. I know there are people who are terrified of losing their incomes. Other people who have already lost their jobs already and worry for their mortgage, bills, and ability to feed their family. May they receive all of the support that they need to get by. I make myself acknowledge that there are children, adults, elderly people who do not have enough food today, and also on days when there isn't this pandemic happening. I pray that we move out of this time into one in which we can make significant change to end hunger in our communities. I open my heart and send all my love to any child who is quarantined with an abusive parent. I send my love to every person who is in quarantine with an abusive spouse and is trying with all their might to protect their children. May they get the resources that they need to keep themselves and their families safe. I pray for every parent who never imagined themselves as a teacher, that they find patience, humor, and tons of forgiveness. and that they remember that this time too shall pass. I pray for every grandma and grandpa who aches with loneliness because they cannot see their grandkids right now. I pray for the children and parents who are separated at our country's border and pray that when this pandemic is over, we will work harder than ever to end their separation. I pray for myself, for my immediate and extended family, for my circle of friends, my children's teachers, my synagogue community, CJC, for my colleagues, my neighbors, those I know, and those I don't know. I acknowledge that every single one of us may become more vulnerable in an instant. I pray for connection and for all of us to practice forgiveness, kindness, and for the strength to get through every day, every hour, every moment as best as we can. And let us all say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Be safe, be cared for, be loved, and reach out. There are those here who want to help you. Shabbat Shalom.